Who created to God? To ask who created God is wrong by itself from the very root of the question. Let me give you an example of your question. Let's say I ask you this: if I told you my male friend Ali is pregnant, do you think it's a boy or a girl? Now if you have any sense you will say that question does not make sense because a male can't be pregnant from the first place. This is the same with asking who created God. The very important attribute in the definition of God is a being that does not have a beginning nor an end. So soon as the question start with who created, we know for a fact that question can't involve God, for God by definition does not have a beginning or end and nothing is like him. God is absolute eternal, he didn't have a beginning or an end. And there is nothing like him or equal to him. He is not a male or a female, he doesn't have a gender. And no, he don't have a son or a wife. He is beyond our imagination. He is the one who created us with this brain and create this concept, knowledge and thinking. He is the one who created you with a brain that's so limited that make you ask questions such as, who created him? We can't say something can come from nothing. It's a simple sum, 0 plus 0 will never give you 1. If I said that God X created God, then the next question would naturally be who created God X? If I said that God A created God X, then the next question would be who created God A? The question could go on forever. Things had to have started somewhere, and somehow there had to have been a first. There is nothing that always existed except for God. If God needed a cause, then God is not God, and if God is not God, then of course there is no God. And if I said that someone created God, then you will ask me, who created the creator of the creator? Then, who created the creator of the creator of the creator? And so on, ad infinitum. This is irrational and impossible. If I said that God X created God, then the next question would naturally be who created God X? If I said that God A created God X, then the next question would be who created God A? The question could go on forever. Things had to have started somewhere, and somehow there had to have been a first. If there is a first start for the whole universe, then it has to be from a main cause that cannot have a beginning and don't have a cause. And that's why we say the main cause is God the ever-living, who don't have a beginning or an end. And if we keep saying who created God, then we have to say who created that God, and then who created that other God, and what God created that, and so we will go for infinity. And in that case we won't get to the point where we exists in our present time, because we will be in the past infinity. So God is the creator who don't have a beginning or an end, and he is the ever-living. The concept of a creator is derived from logic, mainly causality. You can say that the Big Bang is what gave rise to the universe, but then you have to ask what caused the Big Bang. And then what caused that Big Bang? You'll be stuck in an infinite loop asking what caused that and what caused that, etc. We as human beings experience things in space and time. You need something that sits outside of space and time that gave rise to that first initial event. So if you say no, the Big Bang gave rise to the universe, then you have to ask what gave rise to that. And then you will just keep asking that infinitely. This thing that sits outside of space and time we call the creator/God, because by its very nature, the creator/God isn't bound by space and time. God is infinite.